Hey, we are back. It's the Daily Buzz.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh, yes. We are so happy you are here. You have to stay locked in because here's what's on tap today.
A shocking divorce, an emotional split, and a controversial proposal.
In this moment, standing with you, I see my forever.
We're diving into the week that was in love.
He never warned me about any STDs.
The hits keep on coming for Usher as two more women and a man, oh snap, accuse him of exposing them to herpes. We've got the public plea issued to the superstar singer. All eyes are on Taylor Swift versus the DJ engaged in dueling lawsuit. And this picture is at the center of it all. Desperately seeking more money, more money, more money. Well, now is the time to ask for that raise, and we're prepping you for the pitch. The battle of the sexes for equal pay hits a hip cafe. The owner's trying to narrow the gap by charging male customers a premium tax. Looking for true love? The youngins don't have time for that, so this new generation is turning first dates into interrogations. We're breaking down all the ways they're blowing it.
That's it. The Daily Buzz starts when?
Now!
Right now.
Now, what's your daily buzz today? I'm gonna stray away from the negativity. Getting it started with the DBC family. Get out the way, it's the Daily Buzz family. Not gonna lose today. Not gonna get me down. Not gonna lose today. This is the DB and the DBC.
Hey there, welcome to the Daily Buzz.
What?
So happy to have you here.
It's that time again?
Right? Welcome to the weekend.
Yes.
Yes,
Good to see you
absolutely.
again.
Well, good to see you too. Good to see you.
A lot happening.
And yeah, we're going to talk about all of that stuff, but before we do, remember, you can join in on all the combos on any of our several social media channels you see listed right there. We definitely want to hear from you. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, website, you got it all.
Yeah, it's all there. We're here for you. All right, let's kick things off with some celebrity couple drama because let's face it, nothing lasts in Hollywood. This breaks my heart. Chris Pratt and Anna Faris may be proof. The couple announced they're separating after 8 years of marriage. The official statement says, quote, "We tried hard for a long time and we're really disappointed," end quote. TMZ is reporting the irreconcilable difference is that Anna wanted more kids, but Chris couldn't fit them into his hectic schedule.
And they're just now figuring that out?
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those conversations you have before you start having
It
kids.
sounds like a bad excuse or just something to feed to the public. The couple, they do have one son together. The real drama
What
came
happened?
courtesy
What
of
had
The
happened?
Bachelorette.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, in the end, smooth talker Brian put a ring on it.
Moment, standing with you, I see my forever.
Will you be my reina forever?
So pretty, yes.
Marry me.
Yes, give it to me.
Rachel and Brian are seemingly headed into happily ever after. What? What are you saying? It's love. It's love. Let it be.
Oh, child, please.
She followed her heart and wouldn't leave ABC's little love experiment without a ring.
She followed the ring.
Uh-huh.
Nothing about her heart is in this.
Which meant, as you can hear from my co-host here, fan favorite Peter was left single in Spain because he couldn't promise Rachel he could propose at the end of the six-week meet and greet.
Right, right.
And Twitter, Justice Thorny is our executive producer, right, Raina?
Oh, yeah.
You're a little
Raina's
upset about it.
upset.
This is the greatest quote ever. Labona from Twitter here writes, "This season was a lesson to us all. Don't settle for the Bryans in
There
life.
you go.
Just try, just for a little title and a ring, find your Peter."
You know, that's what's sad about
Don't
this, just a
settle
little
for
bit.
the
You
Bryans.
you put yourself out there for the whole season, and you know, of course, they edited this whole
course,
thing,
right.
so we'd all fall in love.
So
with,
we're doing what we're doing here.
And so there you go, and talking about it. But if she went in for it, looking for a ring, because you know she was damaged from The Bachelor not getting the ring.
She got one.
Now she got a ring, but then we know what's going to happen in 6 months. They're splitting up, and you know what I mean. So,
Find your, as Labona said, find your Peter.
Find your Peter, girl.
Find your Peter.
Hey, the dueling civil trials pitting superstar Taylor Swift against a former radio DJ got underway this week in Denver, and there was no shortage of more drama. This picture is at the center of it all, okay? Look at his hand. Swift alleges
little low.
David Mueller reached up her skirt and grabbed her inappropriately during a meet and greet in 2013. Now, she told his bosses at the radio station the very next day, and Mueller was fired. Well, he denied the allegation under oath this week, saying, you know what, I know the photo's a little awkward, but he insists that any contact was incidental, meaning he accidentally grabbed a booty. Now, he's suing Swift for $3 million for defamation and lost wages. Swift is countering with an assault and battery suit, and she only wants $1 from this thing, basically trying
Good
to make
for
a
her,
point
yeah.
to serve as an example to other women who may resist, publicly reliving similar humiliating acts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know how you're going to decide this, how a jury would decide this just by looking at that
The
picture.
fact that she's coming forward and is as adamant as she is about it, and yeah, just looking at that picture, I don't think it tells a lot. It does, I mean, his hand is obviously back there. Was
It's a
it
little
snapped
low.
at the wrong time? But she's definitely saying he groped. There's a difference between a brush and a grope. So I've heard.
Right.
So I've heard. Exactly.
Hey, speaking of court, Tiger Woods was a no-show this week, but his lawyer has stepped in on his behalf.
Yeah, the golf legend has agreed to plead guilty to reckless driving and will enter a diversion program that will allow him to have his record wiped clean upon completion. The 41-year-old was charged with driving under the influence in May after he was found asleep in his Mercedes-Benz. No alcohol was found in his system despite extremely slow and slurred speech. Tiger says it was a bad reaction to mixing prescription painkillers and sleeping meds.
It's probably his best political move right there by not going to court.
Yeah.
No perp walk.
Right.
You know what I mean? We've been seeing the OJ Bronco
Yeah.
chase for years and decades. There won't be any perp walk.
Right.
He's probably going to be able to keep all of his endorsements because there isn't video of him walking into court.
Right.
And people say you automatically are presumed guilty by having that perp
It
walk.
allows there to be some ambiguity in what happened, and as time goes on, we don't know. And you're right, there's no evidence of the perp walk, as you say.
Well,
Love that. All right, another week, another lawsuit.
Yeah.
Or 2 or 3 against Usher
Oh,
for
gosh.
exposing folks to the funk. That's what it says right there. Here's the latest. 2 more women and a man have filed suit.
wait.
And these things spread, Kia.
Lord.
Alleging that the singer exposed them to herpes without telling them. All 3 said in the suit that they respected Usher and believed he could be, quote, loved and trusted. One female, whom we'll hear from shortly, does not have herpes. We don't know about the other 2 yet, but they're suing for emotional distress, depression, and anxiety. We also don't know yet how much money they're seeking, but they're demanding a judge order Usher to confirm or deny that he has herpes.
How long has this been? Like 4 weeks since
Been going on
this?
for a little bit.
And we haven't heard anything about
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? Like his publicists, his people haven't come out to say, okay, yeah, we confirm or deny.
Well, but one of those 3 made a public statement alongside attorney Lisa Bloom. The 21-year-old said she had sex with the singer after attending one of his concerts for her 19th birthday.
I got a call from Usher on a block number asking me what hotel I was staying in and the room number. About an hour later, he arrived. We spoke for a while and then we engaged in sexual contact. Although I am negative, I was upset by the reports because I would have never consented if I would have known. I would not have taken the risk of getting an incurable disease. My health is very important to me. I feel that my rights were violated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, before she did this little press conference, this is the problem that I have with this. Before she did this little press conference, she went on Twitter under a different name, and she's saying, quote, I need some money.
I need money.
That was
Saw
a
that.
week or so before this news conference. Then she comes back with enjoying my last hours as a regular girl right before she stepped in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
She posted this. So it's kind of like, okay, wait a minute. How damaged are you that you're bragging about how much money you're going to make? Not to say or take away from, anything, but, do it the right way.
Yeah.
And it was consensual. You know what I mean?
A lot of drama.
Okay, a lot of people are reeling over the fact that a man is named in that lawsuit against Usher, which leads us to Aaron Carter. He didn't have sex with Usher. No, he's not the man. Calm down, Q. I knew that
Yeah,
was going to get you.
where's that headed?
No, we've been following his struggles the past few weeks, being arrested for suspicion of DUI and his admission that he's broken. But Aaron just issued a public statement saying something about, something that's been weighing on him for nearly half his life. He wrote, quote, "This doesn't bring me shame, just a weight and burden I've held on to for a long time that I would like lifted off of me. I grew up in this entertainment industry at a very young age, and when I was 13, I started to find boys and girls attractive. There were years that went by that I thought about it, but it wasn't until I was 17 years old, after a few relationships with girls, I had an experience with a man that I had an attraction to, who I also worked with and grew up with." So in other words, he's saying he's bisexual.
Yes.
All of that to say, he's on both fields.
He's
on both
open
teams.
to suggestions.
He's open to suggestions.
Yeah. No, but he's received a lot of support publicly for being, brave enough to come out like this. I mean, he's got a life that's crumbling on all edges, and he's trying to ground himself. And
Or is he trying to promote the music tour and all that stuff that he's
that's
been
an
talking
ancillary
about?
benefit of just revealing his soul.
Okay.
And the career follows.
Like
right?
in September, the whole, but wait, there's a big announcement coming up.
It's how it
But
works.
wait,
It's the
there's
entertainment
more.
business. Speaking of entertainment, here's a wrap on some of the other entertainment stories making headlines. The first round of MTV VMA performers have been announced. They include The Weeknd,
Yay.
Lorde, Miley Cyrus, Ed Sheeran, Fifth Harmony, 30 Seconds to Mars, and Shawn Mendes. You can also expect a performance from host Katy Perry. The show will air August 27th from Los Angeles, which, to be honest, is MTV's first mistake. The show is always better from New York City. Always better from New York City. I like it there. And Janet, Miss Jackson, 'Cause We Are Nasty, hosted the first rehearsal picture for her rebooted State of the World tour. Nice. The 50-year-old had to postpone the then Unbreakable tour when she got pregnant. That's the one thing that will break your tour, pregnancy. It's been renamed, revamped, and will be hitting up 55 American cities, kicking off September 7th. Can't wait for that. And 23 years after claiming fame on live TV, the infamous Bronco that was the star of O.J. Simpson's Slow Speed Chase, remember that?
Yes.
Is returning to the airwaves. The white Ford Bronco will be featured on the History Channel's hit show Pawn Stars. Mike Gilbert, the Bronco's current owner and Simpson's former sports agent, if you're wondering how he got the car.
Yeah, I was like, where's the car been?
Yes, he will try to pawn the car at the Las Vegas-based world-famous gold and silver pawn shop during the August 14th episode. How much do you think it'll fetch? We'll see.
All right, what do you get when you combine a silly ditty and retro graphics? 2 million views, likes, and shares, apparently. Here's this week's Viral Gold.
Do you live in a cool house? Nobody knows what you're going through. I wanna be a movie star. Do you ever make plans? Do you ever have sex? Maybe that's just what you're supposed to do. Maybe we can go out. Would you rather stay in? Everyone wants more than just a friend.
Well, making and keeping love connections can be difficult when not all of your parts are running properly. But for men especially, it's not easy talking about it with anyone, including doctors, but knowledge is power, so take a look.
A recent survey commissioned by Boston Scientific found that men are significantly more likely than women to feel comfortable talking to a physician about issues with their sex lives. But it's not the case in every situation, especially when it comes to conditions affecting their sex lives. As Dr. Ryan Terlecki, an associate professor of urology, explains, this topic goes a lot further than the prescription drug commercials that show picturesque settings with couples playfully lounging or running on the beach.
So despite men being aware of medications, largely through advertising, they're largely unaware of options when those medications fail, which they do in up to 50% of men.
Steve Klein says he had a condition that he was embarrassed to talk about with his doctor and even his wife. He tried medications that eventually stopped working, and he finally consulted his doctor.
In 2009, I attended a patient seminar conducted by Dr. Terlecki and found out about the positive results of the implant procedure. From there, I went immediately to him and told him that's exactly what I wanted. I think that any man that's experiencing ED problems should consult with their physician and come up with a viable option.
Dr. Terlecki warns that a drop in sexual function can be early warning signs of diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure. To learn more about men's health issues and treatment options, visit edcure.org.
Well, before the bedroom comes the first date. And wait, no, it really shouldn't be part of the first date. That's not what I'm saying.
It happens, though.
It does. But of course, sex isn't the only first date mistake.
Can I start you two off with something to drink?
Yeah, we're gonna start with a couple apple martinis, please.
No, you know what? I'm just gonna start with a water.
You can just bring those just in case. What was I saying?
The breakup illustrates relationship and first date mistakes we've all experienced, but professional matchmakers say first dates have increasingly become more like grueling job interviews as people have less personal time to find love and have become just accustomed to that instant gratification. So the New York Post asked a rep from the dating site 3 Day Rule to break down some sour first dates for insight, and here are the ways that they say we're blowing first encounters. Interrogating dates about income, job stability, bills, I pay my bills, and even educational pedigree. People feel too entitled these days to kind of weed out the gold diggers on the first date. All right, playing the hypothetical game. This is so silly. Stop with the, okay, so what if we were together scenario? What if we had a baby, and what would you want to name it? All of that's just too much, very obnoxious.
Yeah.
Even worse, using the hypothetical questions to get positions on hot button topics like, okay, so we have that baby, and then we name him Max, and he grows up to be gay. How would you handle it?
Wait, we're naming it Max first?
Right.
Like, hold on. Never mind.
No.
All right, let's go back one step. Anyway,
First, we have to get to the second date. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I've been there before on dates.
First dates.
Where it's too much, too soon, too early. Slow it down.
So what do you want to know on that first date? If you were dating.
What do you want to have? What do you want to order?
What do you want to order?
Yeah.
Very light conversational.
Moment by moment.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just play it by ear.
Moment by moment. Yeah, just play it by ear. Exactly. First date should be casual. Easy. Easy. All right. Well, you may get a few more points with the ladies if you stop waxing that body hair, fellas. Yeah. It turns out women, I don't know if this is true, Kia, but they dig hairy dudes. The latest not-so-scientific poll conducted by Men's Fitness finds 73% of women like furry fellas, while 27% prefer sleeker skin. However, even though the overwhelming majority likes a little hair, moderation was a common theme. Here's some of the feedback they received. One woman wrote, not into my man looking like gorillas, but also not into them looking like naked mole rats. Agree with that. Another said, I'm pretty much down for anything except for back hair.
Oh, gosh.
Or like aggressive hair down there. Take care of that. I like that she said aggressive,
Right.
Mr. Tom Selleck. Well, hair evolution is a long tale to tell. It is now associated with higher levels of testosterone, get you cameraman operations like this here.
Right here on the Daily Buzz.
Q was bald the day before. This is a
And then we grew that
overnight
out.
thing he
Whoa,
does, yeah.
I like that.
All right, it's linked to higher levels of testosterone, which is linked to higher sex drive and confidence, which could be more attractive to females. Being a female right here.
What? I don't like it too hairy.
No? Are you a no?
No. I would say.
I like my men hairy. Is that why I'm holding up a yes?
I don't like them
What?
extra hairy.
No?
Just a little bit of hair. But they say that it symbolizes
okay?
health and fitness.
You look good, Q, though.
No.
But there's also another study about bald men.
Oh!
And how, let me tell you.
Yes.
Bald men are sexy, smart, and very dominant. So they say it's very sexy not to have any
And dominant?
hair.
I'm
Yeah,
so not dominant.
You're not.
Can't
Wrong study.
be. Can't be. I'll take the sexy, though. Thank you.
All right, hair is the least of the concerns when playing a happily ever after, and one of our fans had an issue she wants us to weigh in on. Anonymous in Fort Myers, Florida writes, my 20-year-old daughter is newly engaged to a man she's been dating for more than 3 years. While their relationship has been smooth sailing, the engagement is off to a rocky start because he's insisting she take his last name, and she is completely against it. She says it's not a female empowerment stand, but simply believes it defines her and is a direct connection to her family. I'm trying not to take sides, says the mom, but I'm old school and believe in tradition. Any insight? Now, before we get into a discussion, America is still pretty clear on this issue as well. A recent study published in the journal Gender Issues finds that more than 70% of adults believe that a woman should take her husband's last name. And about half actually believe it should be required by law.
What?
Now, see, that's the part that it's like,
That
wait
makes
a minute.
me definitely not want to do it if it's
No.
required by law. It makes me want to go the other way. Or take my wife's name.
You know what? I think you have to go into it with the compromise. If you're that set on keeping your last name, settle for a hyphen.
Yeah.
Or just, you know, your first name, your last name, your husband's last name, and just go by all three.
Well, work it out, but fellas, you have no place to demand anything on her. If she says she doesn't want your name, she's not taking your name. Be glad she's taking your hand.
What? Preach on.
No, in my second marriage, she didn't take my name. I was totally cool with that. I'm a Smith, so we're pretty much all over the place. It wasn't a thing. It was pretty generic. But no, hey, she went through it once. It's hard to go through the name change thing.
Okay, all right. Well, Latoya says, I took on my husband's last name and felt no disconnect from my family for doing so. She can always hyphenate, like we talked about. That way she has an emotional attachment to her maiden name, and she also understands his emotional attachment giving her his name. Robert says this is a great premarital litmus test. The fact that he's insisting anything, particularly in defiance of something as honorable as her paying homage to their family name, makes him a total that she best be thinking twice about.
True story.
Okay. All right, so no on that. If you have a problem, we're going to solve it for you. Let me tell you, that's what we do here at the Daily Buzz. You can send them to us on any of our social media channels or click on the email submission form on our website.
Boom. There you go. All right, if and when that couple makes it down the aisle, the bride may want to consider the shoes kicking off our 3 trends to try now or not. Introducing roller skate stilettos. You hear me, Kia?
I'm listening.
Roller skate stilettos, because you know
no.
stilettos aren't difficult enough to get around in. 3-inch high heels with roller skate wheels and a kickstop brake are part of St. Laurent's fall-winter collection, and they can be yours for a mere $2,600. No. They better come motorized. All right, but if skating around in sky-high sequins and snakeskin seems a bit too impractical, the fashion house has also released a sneaker version for the less adventurous type.
This is like Heelys for adults,
right,
basically.
Which
I mean,
I was kind of into for a while. I was looking for a size 11. And I could
but
never
you
find
can
them.
move the wheel in and, you know what I mean? You're stuck with rolling around all the time and busting your face. Hey, the sweltering summer sweat fest is upon us, but ladies, never fear. Your under boobs no longer have to suffer. Behold, the Tata towel.
Oh, behold indeed.
Yes, basically it's a hammock that slings over your neck and holds up your tatas.
So it's an over-the-shoulder, okay, yeah, gotcha.
Exactly. It prevents your boobies from sweating,
Oh.
and collecting and running down under your stomachs. You can have like little tata sweat, Raina. Yeah, like a little glistening. It could be a little glistening if you have little boobies.
I
All
just
right.
can't say
Well,
it.
I mean, sometimes if you got an E, you got a lot of sweat. All right, the Tata Towels creator said that she developed it after a hot day in LA when her AC was out. Poor thing couldn't stop her boobies from sweating. So she developed the prototype and made her friends try one. And reportedly, for one lady, it solved some rashes that she had been getting under her boobs. And then for her nursing friend, she called it a godsend because she's saying the ultra soft rayon liner kind of, protected her her sensitive nipples when she was breastfeeding, and then it absorbs the leaky breast milk. Y'all looking at me like I'm crazy.
I think it's brilliant. I just,
Okay, so they're available for you. If
towel.
you're interested, I want one. Online, $45. You can get out of the shower and you put the Tata
I'm wondering
towel
though, could
on.
you put a couple of cans of beer for the fellas, like just to have hanging?
Y'all won't let us have anything.
Pulling out.
No.
On that, no?
You say, well, but it could like, instead of like sticking tissue, like some ladies stick a little tissue under.
I'm all yes on this.
Right?
I'm yes on the Tata
girl,
towel.
You know what I'm talking about.
Brilliant.
She knows what I'm talking about. Okay, so Twitter already thinks it's lit, okay, right? Check this out. Yes, this low-key lit. I want a Tata towel.
Yeah.
But, okay, we need to be honest because we haven't seen an invention this amazing since.
Oh, right? Everyone's favorite.
Yes!
The shake weight.
Oh my gosh.
Best
Hilarious.
ever.
Strong arms.
Now, what happens when you're using a shake weight while wearing a Tata towel? Has the Tata towel been tested? Test the Tata towel before you tell me about it. That's enough of my alliteration, Dave.
It's
All right.
It's back to the research.
Move over, mannequin, and squat your dog
What?
challenges.
Oh,
The
my
latest
gosh.
challenge to sweep social media is something many of us used to do as kids, you know, when kids played outside.
Back before phones.
I'm talking about the drive-by dunk challenge right here. Bam! The concept is simple. You simply roll around a neighborhood and dunk at any basketball hoop you come across, then keep it moving.
That's cool.
Naturally, it's attracting. It started by an Instagram user who
Okay.
goes by T. Curie late last year, but it didn't gain steam until NBA baller Anthony Davis posted himself participating. Take a look at this.
Dunk challenge. Let's go. Woo!
That's awesome.
That is the drive-by dunk challenge. Of course, we do it in studio here.
Oh,
Boom!
look at him. Look at
Nothing
you.
but ballers behind camera
Oh
here.
my gosh.
Getting no work done. We're doing a show, guys.
Yeah, come back over.
Thanks for your dunk challenge.
You know
Oh, they're
what-
just participating.
What
It's
happens
fun.
if you
Fun stuff.
miss? Wouldn't that be embarrassing? You driving by and you, miss.
I just don't know how this is. This takes off because I mean, I can't dunk.
Right.
All my dunking is done here with the crew with a barely 6 foot small Nerf rim.
With a donut and coffee. That's your dunking that
That's
you're
my-
doing.
That is my dunk.
Hey, something that never goes out of style, Coca-Cola. But that doesn't mean it doesn't need some upkeep and upgrades. So say goodbye to Coke Zero and hello to Coca-Cola Zero Sugar.
Okay.
The fan favorite soft drink hits store shelves this month with the new and improved recipe following extensive market research and in-house innovation. It tastes like Coke with 0 calories and 0 sugar. With its recent launch in the U.S., Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is now in more than 25 markets around the world, including Great Britain and Mexico.
How about that?
Coke
I'm
Zero.
a big fan of the product. I need my sugar though. Got to have some sugar. We'll try it out. And in an effort to stay hip and change the competition game, Dunkin' Donuts is ditching its last name. Yep. In a test run starting in California, the donuts will be dropped from the Dunkin' signage and tagline. It'll now be known as Dunkin' Coffee and More. The official company explanation says, while we remain the #1 retailer of donuts in the country, as part of our efforts to reinforce that Dunkin' Donuts is a beverage-led brand and coffee leader, we will be testing signage in a few locations that refer to the brand simply as Dunkin', i.e. they want to compete against Starbucks rather than Krispy Kreme.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. So here's the Twitter winner response, though. Maris says, prepare yourselves for a 3-hour Affleck Brothers epic about one small Massachusetts town and how the Dunkin' Donuts name change affects each of its residents.
I don't know why they changed it.
That was pretty deep, Maris.
Yeah, that was very
yeah, no, hey, whatever. Heading to Dunkin'. I don't know that I've ever actually said to someone, I'm going to Dunkin' Donuts. Would you care for something? It is always just
Yeah,
Dunkin'.
that's right.
So they're just getting with the program.
I was
and
just-
the ink they save on the cups. I mean, the bottom line, big money.
Right.
I don't know. I'm still glazed and confused.
Oh.
No.
That's my one for the
That was
day.
good.
I'm done.
That was good. That was good.
No.
Appreciate
Good.
it.
What's
Hey,
in your cup?
unfortunately, it's not so easy for celebrities to stay trendy in Hollywood. And as we know, no matter what facet of the industry they're in, stars must fight to stay in the game as they age. So our friends at Celebrity Page got some secrets to staying relevant from those you've been doing it for decades.
As hard as it is to make it in Hollywood, it's even harder to stay on top. So I asked some of the greats about how they stay relevant in this ever-changing industry. I want to ask you about Jay-Z's album. It's hard to be at the top of your game when you're 47 years old and you got young, hungry guys out there, right?
Hip-hop coaches, youth coaches. Jay's super competitive. He wants to be the #1 guy in hip-hop culture. I have the same things running through us. It's the same reason why. It's the only way you stay in it like that. And then if you don't want to be #1, we need you to get out of it.
Before it's a business, it's an art. And you're an actor. Being relevant or being a big star, all those words, well, those are created. Those actually are not real. What's real is, are you a good actor? Are you serving the play? And listen, there's nothing wrong with being Spider-Man or Mahoney or any of that stuff, because you get to provide for your family.
First thing is be professional, show up on time and know your stuff, be respectful so people want to work with you and know that you are respecting who they are and the lucky position that you've got with your role. Continue to learn, travel, ask questions, work with people that you admire, which makes you more intelligent and better. And don't be afraid to take chances.
Well, as Game of Thrones fans like myself are frantically trying to predict the plot lines as the show is careening towards the finish line, the cast is fessing up about which songs best represent their characters. Take a look and see if you agree.
Remember that song where it was like, lonely, I'm so lonely, that one?
It'd be something really sad. It'd be like something by Elliott Smith. Have you seen his face? He's like...
That's really hard. I think some Beyonce for sure. Like Run the World Girls.
Oh, well, I think Bram would be into like some just wavy sort of trippy shit. Like, I think Bram would listen to Mac DeMarco and stuff, just hanging out in his tree, like.
11:59 by Blondie, because we're getting close to the end.
I reckon he's a Rage Against the Machine man. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why. Some rock metal or something before going into battle. Put his game face on, you know.
I'm dreaming of a big castle and a very beautiful wife.
I predict a riot.
Probably a lot of classical, you know, maybe some Scandinavian classical. I find that's more has more angular and austere. No hip hop, although there is a hip hop version of Chaos is a Ladder that you should check out.
And I think some Coldplay, because she goes through some dark times, so she just wants to cry a bit.
All right, so we were talking about this. The hosts here, we've got a few ourselves. Mine was Katrina and the Waves, Walking on Sunshine, because I've had a great summer. I'm having a baby.
Right.
Kia.
I had 3.
Yeah.
Living on a Prayer. Margaritaville, and when you give up on that, red wine.
And our Scott Carty, Glorious, and Josh McBride, I'm the One. I like these songs.
All right, time now for some news by the numbers, or as the kids call it, NBN. First number is 18. A cafe in Melbourne, Australia is giving its male customers a side of gender equality with their coffee and their lattes.
I love it.
All right, at Handsome Her, men are asked to pay an 18% premium to reflect the gender pay gap.
Interesting.
Just like here in America, men in Australia earn an average of 17.7% more than women. You see it there. They're the rules. Number 1, women have priority seating. 2, men will be charged an 18% premium to reflect the gender pay gap. 3, respect goes both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just to note, they kind of started this because they just opened, so they wanted to get people talking about their place and whatnot. But if a man refuses to pay the tip, then they don't,
they're not going to make a big deal of it.
No, and they say no one's refused, actually.
Well, it's making a statement.
Correct.
It's doing what it's meant to do, and I would just ask my wife to buy the coffee.
Exactly.
Right. Baby, we get a discount. Go in there and buy the coffee. I mean, but yes, if I'm by myself, I will pay. But hopefully my wife is with me and she can get us the discount. Why? I mean, come on, working the deal. That's what I do. I'm the man of the house. I'm cheap. I got a baby on the way. Exactly, cute.
I'm done.
Your next number is 9. A California police department is standing up for their officer who pointed his gun for 9 minutes at a passenger during a traffic stop.
Why are you still pointing the gun at me, bro? My hands are right here.
I understand that.
No, you don't understand, because you still got the gun pointing at me, bro.
Yeah, and of course, the cell phone video went viral, causing a social media outrage. The driver was pulled over for speeding. When the unidentified officer asked the driver for license and registration, everybody in the vehicle started shuffling around, looking for the paperwork. But when the passenger started to reach under his seat, that's when the cop whipped out his 9 inches. In the end, both cop and passenger kissed and made up. Now, yeah, so you could see the outrage, but I just saw a video the other day of someone in Las Vegas, a guy in his vehicle shooting at cops because of the same situation. Cops have to protect themselves. I'm glad we're talking about this story that everyone lived, worked it out.
Well, and then the passenger ended up apologizing too in the end to the officer, but
they worked
still
it out.
Looking at that, he's like, my hands are here.
Maybe there's some questionable procedural stuff going on here because the guy is innocent and he's saying, hey, you're pointing a gun at me, it's scaring me, but we're not talking about
9 minutes.
Yeah, well, there's no stats.
Yeah, right. Okay, so 5 million is your next number. $5 million is all
than that.
one cannabis company spent to snag a California ghost town that will soon be turned into an oasis for weed lovers. I'm telling you, this is no pipe dream.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
I had 2 this week. Hey, American Green Incorporated, which is one of the country's leading makers of cannabis products, recently bought Nipton, California, which is situated near the highway that runs from LA to Vegas to Salt Lake City. And they got a pipeline.
Oh, right.
Boy, yeah. All right, so it plans to open up weed retail outlets, cultivation facilities, and even weed baths, like hot weed baths.
Really?
Hot
That's a
springs.
thing? That's just going too far. I wouldn't think that many marijuana enthusiasts would be so jazzed up about it. It just seems like a lot of effort.
It's very medicinal.
Is it? Really? How about that?
Therapeutic.
A whole town, huh?
The whole town. It's 80 acres. But they want to transform it into this really, big oasis for weed lovers.
Country's going to pot. Nice. Did it? I did it too. I did it too. All right, your final number making news is 500,000.
Wow.
The Hollywood Reporter says that Ian Ziering got paid $500,000 to star in Sharknado 5.
Wow.
They made 5 of them. The latest installment of the totally odd Sci-Fi Channel franchise with a weird cult following. Now, that paycheck wouldn't raise really any eyebrows until you put it into context. And here it is. That's $200,000 more than Gal Gadot got for the big screen adaptation of Wonder Woman.
See, wait
Gal's
a minute.
base salary was $300,000 for the summer blockbuster and record-setting movie that came out that has made about $800 million worldwide. You can bet, though, when it comes time to negotiate for that sequel, Gal's agent, gonna demand more than the 90210 dude.
And that's why he should pay more for coffee in Australia.
Totally.
Right there.
See, it all comes
yes, he
together.
Should.
All comes around.
Yes, he should. If you were run down by all those summer activities and dreaming of a cool fall getaway, well, there are plenty of travel deals and destinations to go around. Expedia reminds us that New York and Chicago are both gorgeous in early fall and October. And believe it or not, October is one of the best months to travel to China. Locals call it Golden October because of the perfect weather and the trees around the Great Wall changing color. October also marks the end of the rainy season in the Dominican Republic, so take note of that. Start planning now and head to Expedia.com for the best deals on these destinations.
Because we're going to help you hack into one of life's most uncomfortable issues, asking for a raise. We're starting with the biggie, okay? Now, we mean right now.
Yes.
Okay, now.
Right now.
Now is the best time to ask. Career coaches say asking for a raise in the early fall so it'll be settled by the first check of the new year. They also say ask for a raise when you take on new responsibilities or when you have a big win and expect another big win right around the corner.
Right.
You may also consider asking for a raise 3 months before your next annual review so all the good things on their minds about you are right there in forethought. And when you get enough nerve, ask either in the morning around 11 a.m. or Friday afternoon because everybody's in a good mood.
Right.
See, that's how it works. And no matter when you ask, make sure you can back up how awesome you are by doing your homework, checking with the national averages. The worst thing you could do is show up in the meeting unprepared. Like, I believe, flipping these fries, I deserve $1 million.
Right.
Anyway.
No. And he's like,
No, go for the national averages there, maybe a little more, because you are worth it. All right, so take the extra time to get everything in order. Do your homework.
That's right. And if your boss didn't show you the money and you suddenly come down with anal glaucoma and can't see your ass coming back to work,
that's what that means.
Wait for it. LinkedIn has now added a new feature to help you find your next job. The professional networking site is swiping to the right to match up mentors and mentees. It's an easy way for connections to match their skills to someone who could use them or to find someone with a resume that they'd like to emulate. Users set up their preferences and who they'd like to meet, and LinkedIn will then hook you up.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. All right, well,
it is, yeah, like a business Tinder.
Yeah.
Our producer gave us that little bit for you.
I'm so not savvy that I got to do it old school.
Call someone up and say, hey man, can you help me find a job?
Write a letter. Yeah.
Adults also need some mentoring when it comes to dealing with their kids' head lice. In fact, a new survey finds moms are so worried about lice, they'd give up almost anything to avoid it. But all they really need to do is arm themselves with the facts of lice. Take a look. Head lice is a dreaded problem. More than half of moms in a new Facts of Lice online survey sponsored by Arbor Pharmaceuticals say they have dealt with head lice in their homes. Nurse practitioner Wendy Wright says the tough part is identifying it, then treating it correctly.
Head lice are about 1 millimeter in size, and they can actually change color depending upon the color of the child's hair. So that makes them often really difficult to spot.
Your next step should be talking to your doctor about the best treatment options.
You don't have to go this alone. Call your healthcare provider because we have prescription options that are available to treat head lice.
Wright says the survey also reveals moms are very worried about the impact of head lice on their kids at home and at school.
There's a lot of misinformation out there about head lice, and if you go out to the internet, you surely are going to find some of it.
And get this, half of moms involved in the Facts of Lice survey say they would make major sacrifices to avoid a head lice infestation, even giving up coffee or their cell phone for a week. For more information on how to treat head lice, go to factsoflice.com.
Our next trending topic is all sorts of wrong, but funny as hell. One Irish dad is probably still in the hot seat after sending out his daughter's christening invites, okay, calling it an exorcism.
Oh.
Yeah, the original invitation shows the baby's eyes rolled back, giving her the look of a possessed demon. He wrote, "Come join us as a man in a sheet throws a bit of water over her and expels the demons that inhabit her soul." Well, just 26 minutes later, the invite got a makeover with this cute little picture reading, "Come join us." For her special day as she gets christened in a very serious and real ceremony. Hashtag my girlfriend was pissed.
Right?
So I love the original. The screenshots have more than 58,000 likes and more than 20,000 retweets. I like the original one.
I do too.
I like the original
super
one.
Cute.
Well, and to me, it was more straight and to the point.
Right.
You know.
Baby's crying,
Yeah.
pooping, eating.
Got to get the demons out.
You can't, soothe the baby in any way. Yes.
Devil be gone with you. And I think the dad was like, look, this is just more effective and to the point.
But are you going to do that?
Oh, yeah.
No, you're not.
The
You're
demon
gonna be
invite?
in trouble. Oh, no, you won't.
Or the
We'll
exorcism
see.
invite?
Oh, we'll see. You'll be in hot water. You come in here to do, she'll be like, oh, man, I got in trouble.
I'm always in hot water.
Hey, NASA just sent one kid over the moon with joy. The space agency actually responded to that adorable fourth grader who applied for the job. Remember the letter that he sent?
Yeah.
Okay, so earlier this month, Jack Davis's letter to NASA applying for the Planetary Protection Officer went viral. He wrote he would be perfect for the job because his sister says he's already an alien. Well, NASA responded, thanking him for his interest in the job and encouraged him to study hard and do well in school. We hope to see you here at NASA one of these days. That's what they wrote him, and the director
Really?
even personally called him. They're so cute.
Very, very cool.
So cool.
All right, it is official. Google Street View has landed on the International Space Station, marking the first time it's ventured beyond planet Earth. The ISS is made up of 15 interconnected modules, and Street View allows you to toggle between all of them from the comfort of your computer. In addition to the breathtaking views, the feature also comes with notes explaining what everything does, so you can get your NASA training on the couch. This is no easy feat because the panoramic 360-degree imagery couldn't be created using Street View's usual methods. So Google worked with NASA and the Marshall Space Center to create a gravity-free method of collecting pictures using DSLR cameras. An astronaut beamed those pics back to Earth where they were stitched together to create these out-of-the-world panoramas. And we say it was definitely worth it. I'll be checking this out. This is going to keep me busy for a while. I've always wanted to visit that thing.
And now you get to go without leaving the comforts of your home.
Bag of chips.
It's an A-list face-off. Daniel Craig grows southern roots, and a bevy of stars start their engines and get lucky.
Correspondent Scott Carty takes you behind the curtain for this week's movie sneak peek.
Some stars are really spreading their wings and taking on some very entertaining roles in theaters. Now, just the idea of Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds facing off should be enough to pique your interest about The Hitman's Bodyguard.
Go with God.
This man's killed over 150 people.
250, easy.
The pair plays characters that were enemies. Now Reynolds is an agent who has to protect the life of the world's baddest hitman, played by Jackson. Selma Hayek also heats things up in The Hitman's Bodyguard with her own twists amidst mayhem, action, and high-speed thrills.
And this guy right here is really great at the unblinking violence, but is also very good with the heart. He's like, we both have something to learn from each other. So.
I have passion.
Yes, he does. He does. He has passion. So it's a great fit.
Brace yourself to see Daniel Craig like never before in the dark crime comedy Logan Lucky.
I'm about to get naked. So no bacon.
Channing Tatum and Adam Driver play a pair of brothers looking to pull a fast one, a robbery amidst a NASCAR race. But they have to get Joe Bang out of jail first to help them. In addition to NASCAR star cameos, you'll also see stars like Katie Holmes, Hilary Swank, Catherine Waterston, and Seth MacFarlane. Logan Lucky is PG-13. Now, if you're after something obscure, Saturday Night Live's Kyle Mooney offers up Brigsby Bear, and he's joined by stars like Mark Hamill, Claire Danes, Greg Kinnear, and Andy Samberg. At first blush, Brigsby Bear will seem bizarre. Kyle's character, James, is kept at home by his parents, and they make up a show, the only show that his character gets to watch. And when a big change happens to James, the show ends, he finds himself trying to make sense of a new life in an extremely creative story.
Brigsby Bear, our keeper of the light.
Have you ever been with a girl?
And you really want to do this with me?
Yeah, man. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff like this out there.
For the Daily Buzz, I'm Scott Carty.
All right, well, if you spend any time watching the What's Trending videos on YouTube, you would have seen this bit from Real Time with Bill Maher sitting at #1 all week long. Ooh. Here's the setup, okay? What if Obama had said the things that Trump has said in his first 200 days? Imagine no more. Take a look.
I stress, this may not be the real Obama, but these are really Trump's words, every one of them verbatim. What would it look like if Obama had said this about John McCain?
He's not a war hero. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people who weren't captured.
One of the big Republican complaints about Obama was that he didn't respect the military enough. What if they had asked him how he came by his military strategy and he said,
I'm speaking with myself. #1, because I have a very good brain. And I've said a lot of things.
What if he had said,
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, and I wouldn't lose voters.
Headline in the New York Post, black man threatens shooting spree, gunned down by police.
Oh, wow. Wow. It wouldn't be funny if it weren't true. No, it is. This is not about politics.
No,
This
not
is
at
just-
all. It's just about the quality of the person that you have elected to lead the country. And the tweets.
Just the choice of words. Just the choice of words.
Just
no.
because I have a lot of words
Anyway,
and I'm smart.
That was a brilliant piece. Very funny.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
All right, well, despite what people think, there is at least one Trump supporter in Hollywood.
You know that Donnie is one of my oldest friends? Oh. I helped him pick out Melania.
When I was a little girl, I didn't think that I could ever be president. And do you know why that was?
Your people killed Jesus?
I love Karen. All right, Karen will be a Trump supporter when Will and Grace returns to the tube, full of its usual snark and political commentary. It's set to premiere on September 28th, and already the first season has been extended to 16 episodes, and a second season has already been ordered. The series will pick up 11 years later, as if the events of the finale, including life partners and
Right.
children, as if that never happened.
Yeah, we'll just forget that
Just
part.
totally, wake up, it's been a dream.
Because we need more of them.
Right. And that will be a trend, as a lot of these TV shows right now that are surfacing and
Yes.
resurrecting.
Right.
They're kind of going with that whole, oh, this never happened. As with Roseanne's return to ABC. In the finale, written by Roseanne herself, it was revealed the family never won the lottery as depicted that last season, and Dan did actually die of a heart attack. But all of that will be erased. We're going to raise him from the dead.
I love it. Only on TV.
As John Goodman and the crew return for an 8-episode run. And here's some other, reboots in the works, which obviously started Full House, right? Look at all this. We learned this week a Miami Vice reboot is in the works. We also have American Idol, Arrested Development, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Dynasty. Oh my gosh, my mom and I used to watch Dynasty. And then Falcon Crest every Friday night starting at 7 o'clock.
And what's that?
Knots Landing on
what's
Thursday
that show?
nights?
What's that show on the bottom of the list there, Kia?
Daily Buzz! Yeah!
The ODB.
The Daily Buzz, we made that list as well.
I love it.
Yay!
I love it. I think it's great though because they can't seem. I mean, the audiences today, they're not going to give you much time. They're going to like it or love it instantly, and so I figure they're just coming with the stuff that you already know you like. So, like the Daily Buzz.
Right.
So,
we back.
Just give it to them again. All right. Well, Hillary Duff is letting all the haters know. If you don't like what her mama gave her, well, you can kiss her ass.
What?
Yeah, that's what she says. The actress shared a paparazzi photo that was taken while she was on vacation with her son, showing that badonkadonk right there. She took the photo, posted it on Instagram, saying here, quote, "My body has given me the greatest gift of my life, Luca, 5 years ago. I'm turning 30 in September, and my body is healthy and gets me where I need to go.
You go,
So,
girl.
ladies, let's be proud of what we've got and stop wasting precious time in the day wishing we were different, better, and unflawed. You guys, you know who you are, already know how to ruin a good time, and now you're body shamers as well. Hashtag kiss my A double money sign.
Kiss my grits.
Yeah.
We're going to bring that back too. Kiss my grits.
Flo from
see?
Alice?
Right.
Alice
Like that
needs to
too.
come back.
Come on back.
Love that show. Mel's Diner?
Good for, I know, right?
Yeah.
Good for Hillary, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's on vacation with her kid. They're having a good time. She shouldn't have to be worried about somebody, looking at her and saying, oh, look, look at your cottage cheese thighs.
Own
or-
it, put it out there, and shut the haters down.
Right. Hey, if it's not the blogs, hey, new research shows that your doctor could be fat shaming you, which could lead to all sorts of new health hazards. Research at the University of Pennsylvania say people treated with a bias against their size have also seen a drop in their health, and they're less likely to go back to the doctor because they don't want to be fat shamed again. They say overweight people who were also oppressed in other ways like racism and transphobia suffer a double whammy. And that's not all. Many doctors are assuming weight is the source of all patients' problems, which is leading to a host of misdiagnoses. It's a vicious cycle. They say even though most doctors are trying to motivate patients to change their behavior, doctors should learn more practices that encourage patients, kind of give them empowerment and help them, do things to eat healthier and exercise.
That makes sense. All right, well, one special little girl got a superhero send-off from hospital staff after completing her chemotherapy treatment. So grab some tissues, take a look.
This is the good one.
If you're happy to go home, shout goodbye, goodbye. If you're happy to go home, then wave us goodbye. If you're happy to go home, shout goodbye, goodbye.
Oh, wow. Okay, 1-year-old Emily Mesa was diagnosed with a blood cancer at 9 months old. Her father donated bone marrow to save her life. It was tricky because he's only a half match, but so far, so good. Emily and family will now live in a Ronald McDonald House in South Florida, so doctors can monitor her. Cutest thing in the world right there.
No. Hey, Tom Brady isn't the only one with the ring. The Patriots just confirmed that they gifted Mama Brady her own Super Bowl ring. This is awesome. Brady's mom, Galen, underwent cancer treatment throughout the entire season, but she managed to make it to the game to see New England's remarkable comeback win. So this offseason, she got her bling. Tom Sr. has also confirmed more good news about her. He says that she's completed treatment in April and is doing well. So good, in fact, that she surprised her son by dropping in on practice this week at Gillette Stadium.
I love that. He's 40 years old, and Mama's still coming by practice, probably with a little sandwich.
Oh, I'll be there.
No, it's great. They have a great relationship, and congratulations to her. And that what a fantastic story.
And they said that she's always encouraging the whole team, and everyone has really been supportive, during her cancer treatments, and saying, "Hey, listen, we're there for you." And then said, "You know what? We couldn't have done it without you." So, bling.
Yeah, a woman's going through cancer treatment and still has time to be team mom.
Because moms are that cool.
Bringing juice boxes for the Patriots.
There you go.
All right, well, before athletes like Tom Brady can go pro, they have to hone their skills in high school. And unfortunately, that's becoming hard to do as athletic departments are experiencing deep budget cuts. It's a reality, leaving many young athletes powerless. But Powerade is stepping in to help schools in need with the Power Your School program. Up for grabs, $1 million for 500 high schools. Here's how to enter. Student athletes and their supporters need to submit essays demonstrating their school's needs for a chance to win a portion of the funding. The deadline is September 30th. For more information, check out Powerade.com.
All right, that does it for another episode. That's it. That's all
it
we
for this
gotta do. No, just have fun. See, that's the perfect job. You come in, have fun.
Rewind it, watch it again.
Go home. Yep. Hey, coming up on the next episode, Scott Carty proves to us that anyone can become a rapper.
Anyone?
Anyone? All right, Scott, I want to see this. Oh, well, wait, he won't be rapping.
Okay, good.
No. Instead, he'll be raving about the highly acclaimed new movie, Patty Cakes, and its breakout star.
Plus, speed has been of the essence at our modern age of online dating. But one slow app is challenging users to seduce each other with words before seeing each other.
That's how you got your wife.
That is true.
And weddings these days are going up in smoke, literally. From bud bouquets to cannabis open bars, weed weddings are now officially a thing.
Just don't sleep through it. And don't forget to join us all week long on social media for more stories and fun. Head over to our YouTube page to see full episodes of the show because, once ain't enough.
No, you got to rewind, see it again, rewind. What did she say? See it again.
All right.
Ta-ta-ta.
We are going to leave you now. I'm going to go ahead and ta-ta-ta. We're going to leave you now with a little boy who slayed a rendition of Let It Go at a recent Idina Menzel concert. Remember his name, Luke Chaco. Chaco? I'll have to remember it too.
Rewind, play it again.
Because I'm sure we will be seeing this guy on stage again very soon. This guy owns the stage. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Can you all just shut up for a minute and let him sing it again? Because you're not hearing all of the subtleties because you're screaming it. Let it go, can't hold it back anymore.